I'm Tom, and we need to have a serious conversation about Ajit Kabayel. Now, I rate him really highly. I always have, and I did that going into the Makhmudov fight, probably before then even. But he's now gone into his last three fights, Makhmudov, Sanchez, and Zhilei Zhang, as the underdog. Now, he wasn't a massive underdog against Zhang, but make no mistake, he was an underdog. And how many times can he be an underdog, win quite emphatically, before he starts getting really highly rated? He was on a fight. He was in a fight that was on a card of 50-50 fights. He was in a very 50-50 fight. When you watch that fight, that was not a 50-50 fight. Let's give the man his credit. Give the man his dues. That was not a 50-50 fight. He dealt with Zhilei Zhang like we've not seen at all. He used a strategy that we have seen and ended in disaster, and dealt with him in 6 rounds. Inside 6 rounds. That's crazy. Going into this fight, my prediction, let's get this out of the way. My prediction was Ajit Kabayel by late stoppage, all points. Now, I rate him highly, and even as somebody who really rates Kabayel, I've said, and I'm on record as saying quite a few times, I think Kabayel is better than Parker. I just think we haven't seen him in there with the names that we've seen Parker in there with. Now, after Parker's performance, that's a whole different topic. Perhaps we need to revisit that. But I'm on record as having said quite a few times, I think Ajit Kabayel is better than Joseph Parker. But Joseph Parker has the reason why I have him higher in my top 10 is because Joseph Parker's got a better resume. So he has to go higher. But now you look at it, Sanchez, Zhang, I mean, Makhmudov was overrated, but Makhmudov, 3 fights, 3 times underdog, 3 times dealt with. He went in there against Zhang, used the same strategy as Joe Joyce, which is I'm going to bring the fight to you, and look how it went for Joe Joyce. Look how that went for Joe Joyce. So now we go in there, goes in as an underdog, deals with him, body shot after body shot after body, devastating body shots. And in the end, it was too much. And let's be honest, Zhang swallowed it. He absolutely swallowed it and gave up. He was lucky to get a knockdown, not given as a knockdown. I thought it was a knockdown, but there we are. And we saw him bring the fight to Zhang, gets knocked down in round 5. And this is what I also said. I said in my video, I think we'll see Kabayel hit the canvas. I just think Zhang's not a good finisher. That's what I said. I said Zhang's got 5 or 6 rounds at 4 or 5 rounds at most to get the job done. And that's what we saw. Bringing the fight to him for 4 rounds. Started to get gassed out. In round 5, it looks like Kabayel's going to start to pull away. Zhang scores a knockdown. But I said, if Kabayel hits the canvas, which I think he will, he'll get back up. And the problem is, if Zhang doesn't put you to sleep with one punch, he's not a great finisher. And that's what we saw. He went in for the kill, couldn't do it, and then really gassed himself out. Which meant going into the 6th round, Kabayel looked like the much, younger person, the much more energetic person, the much more fresher person. And I said that's what would happen. I said if Kabayel will get touched, he'll go down, get up, and then Zhang will try and finish him, won't be able to finish him, and we'll then see Kabayel cruise through. I didn't think it would be quite as early as 6. That's why it's even impressed me. You know what I mean? Even I have been blown away by this. He's proving everyone, no one predicted around 6 knockout for Kabayel. I said the body work will do Zhang, because I said going into this, Kabayel is the best heavyweight for body work, for body punishment in the heavyweight division. I said that, and we've seen that. I've said that I think he's better than Parker, just hasn't seen that opposition. We've kind of seen that. Look how he quickly dealt with him versus a Parker. And for me, and hear me out here, for me, I would like to see, in terms of most intriguing stylistic matchup, Kabayel versus Usyk. I think of all the heavyweights, Kabayel with his body work, and he can box, and his pressure, his style is the most likely to trouble Usyk. I pick Usyk to win, but it's the most likely to trouble Usyk. I don't think Dubois, and this is again a separate video, I don't think Dubois deserves another shot at Usyk. He's got the title, so inherently he's going to get the shot. But I don't think we've seen actual serious improvement to warrant an Usyk second chance. Joseph Parker, on the other hand, who's been basically robbed of his shot against Dubois, now isn't going to get his shot against Dubois, earned a shot against Dubois or Usyk, is going to miss out and might end up facing Kabayel. But I think, here's what I think should happen. I think we should see Joseph Parker versus Daniel Dubois rescheduled for whenever. But Parker had that fight, prepared for that fight, and earned that fight. Then I think we should see Usyk versus Kabayel. Usyk versus Kabayel. Stylistically, a really fun, a really good matchup. Really great. And then that as a semi-final, where the winner, in my opinion, Usyk and Parker, fight each other for undisputed. And then the losers, in my opinion, Dubois and Kabayel, would fight each other. And then I think Kabayel will win that. And then Usyk retires, Parker versus Kabayel. But that's what I think should happen. Kabayel versus Usyk. He's proved he's not an underdog. He's proved he can do some damage. Kabayel versus Usyk. Parker versus Dubois. Winners face each other, and even the losers face each other. But that's what I think should happen. It won't. What will happen is Dubois will fight Usyk, and then who should Kabayel fight? Kabayel should be looking up. Kabayel should really call for that Parker fight. And it might happen because Parker needs to keep active. And he needs to keep active against good opposition, not gimme fights. But Kabayel, I'm thinking, you're looking at AJ. You're looking at, obviously, Fury's retired. So you're looking at Parker. You're looking up there. He's put himself already top 5 for me, but top 3? 4th at worst. He's a fantastic fighter with a really brilliant future. And when these belts start to get scattered, which they inevitably will, when Usyk beats Dubois and then retires, or whatever happens, and they get scattered, he absolutely deserves a title fight. Perhaps Parker versus Kabayel next as the final eliminator, which isn't really fair on Parker, but Kabayel has earned it. Let me know your thoughts on what was a fantastic fight in the comment section down below. Do you also think it's the best stylistic matchup for Usyk? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube works, people. Peace.